to the Crafty Nana, Thrift and vlog and haul try on.
Good afternoon from the Crafty Nana. So we're well into 2026 now, and so far this year is a little sad so far for me. My eldest son and his family are moving back to the United Kingdom, and I'm going to miss them terribly. They've been in Brunei for the last few years, and it's not a long distance to go and visit them. And now it's going to be very difficult. So it's very sad for me in that respect. Well, me and my husband. Not the cats. Cats don't care. But yeah, so that's happening this week. I had a lovely time with them before they left, just to make the most of my grandbabies whilst I can. I don't know how big they'll be next time I see them. I'm very lucky in the sense that my daughter-in-law is fantastic. She shares pictures of the kids all the time. She drops me little messages. She's a really, really good lass. She's from the Philippines and she's absolutely delightful. We definitely love our April. Thank you, Stefan, for falling in love with April. What else is going on? There's not a lot happening at the moment. We're just getting to that point where all the Christmas and New Year activities are finished for one lot, but the Chinese New Year activities are all about to start. And I live in a part of the world where it's a quite high population of Chinese. I've literally just glimpsed out the window, and there's a great big red Chinese lantern hanging in the house opposite. But over Chinese New Year, apart from the firecrackers, which are constant, everything shuts down. And so I never know who's going to turn up for class and who isn't, who's going away, who's going to be around. So it's quite a sort of unsettled time. I can't really get back into the swing until everybody's settled down and stopped partying and holidaying. But this is a big one for them. They really do throw themselves into it. It's noisy, it's crazy. I mean, they make us look very, very uptight and polite in comparison. They really do party. So yes, the next couple of weeks are going to be very busy in that respect, but not for me. I'm enjoying some quiet time where I'm actually getting stuff done. I'm fiddling and faffing with all my bits and pieces. And today I'm wearing one of my recently finished pieces of jewellery, and I'm quite pleased with this one. I really like it. I'm going to come a little closer. So this big bug here was actually just a brass one for just like an ornament that you'd have lying around the house. And I did it with silver metallic foil and then antiqued it with a bit of black wax. Added in the moonstones. This one I bought, it had a horrible flower on it, which I took off. And I think that this, and then I added this above it as well. So it's got a little bit more going on. And I'm really pleased with it. I put it with my moonstone rings and the bracelet that I made. And I love the moonstones. I really do. There's just something about that glow that makes me very happy. So yes, first outfit, get to wear a newly finished piece. So what am I wearing? This skirt is a very old find from England. It is a Marks and Spencer's, and Marks and Spencer's stuff is quality, and I really particularly like this one. It's got sort of Celtic designs all over it, and it's actually quite see-through, but it's lined, but it's really lovely. It's very, very pretty. And I just thought that those colour shifts in tone worked really well with this 5 ringgit net jacket that I found in Jalan, Japan. It did have black sleeves though, which sort of threw me for a ringer for a while. But then I thought, well, if I stick some black shoes on, it doesn't look that out of place. So, net, tie-dye, navy, Marks and Spencer's, Thrifted in England. Got a feeling this might have been Cheddar or Winscombe. Wouldn't like to swear to it, but I just have that feeling. Sometimes it just sort of tickles at the back of my brain, and I'm usually right, but you know. Plain blue t-shirt, again thrifted in England. Dark blue t-shirt goes with so many things, just a staple to have in your drawer. I like this outfit. Very simple. There's not a lot to say about it except that it works. The little jacket is light and airy and easy to wear. The skirt is yummy. Typically Marks and Spencer's quality. Just good. Just good. And so that is outfit number 1. And now I'm going to go on to number 2. Okay, you'll have now got that the theme today is blue. Various shades of blue, lots of blue. So, I found this lovely long dress type shirt. It is short sleeved, but I just thought it was so pretty. And I actually put it with grey because it's got this soft grey outlines around the florals on it. And I just thought it worked beautifully. I put old denim shirt over it. You can see how long I've had this because literally there's no colour left in the back. So obviously I was hanging it with sunlight on the back. The sunlight rips everything to bits here. And I added a scarf because this is a really pretty scarf that I found in Jalan, Japan for 5 ringgit. And I hadn't shown it yet. So I thought, yeah, this is the one to do it with. Now this is like a really lovely cheeseclothy fabric. Really natural, really pretty, really nice. And I just thought it did the job. This is soft. It's comfortable, layered, easy, simple outfit. I'm just trying to see if it has got pockets in the dress, but it doesn't have pockets in the jacket. The jacket's got sort of top pockets, but it doesn't have side pockets, but the dress does. I've put it with my silver and gold bug necklace, and the matching diamond dingly necklace and the matching earrings, all made by me. I've just noticed that this one's got a kink in it. Lots of shades of grey in these, and I think therefore that they work with the grey in the blue. And I added an Indian silver necklace just to give it an extra bit of oomph, because we do like to layer. This ring is one of my mother's, and quite funky. And this is a Cirencester one from a very, very cute shop in Cirencester. So, this is outfit number 2. Now, I had one of my ladies ask if I would talk about living in Malaysia, why I came to Malaysia, what I like about Malaysia, and I will do that. I will sit down, maybe even this afternoon, and I will film a little bit on that, because there's a lot of people not very happy where they are that might consider that they want to move somewhere else. And while I will admit openly that it is getting more and more difficult, I sort of hanker for the days when you could be explorers and just travel the world and go wherever you wanted and discover things. And, you know, I'd have quite liked to have done that. But unfortunately, it's not possible anymore, you know. Everybody's shutting everybody else out. And a lot of them with very good reason. But it's difficult. It's really sad because for those of us that just want to do good and work and, you know, well, not work, but, you know, do things to help other people and be in places that, you know, are good for us. It's sad that the world is becoming like this. But anyway, less about that. I will come back and I will do a piece on that as it is. So this is outfit number 2. The dress was 10 ringgit. The scarf was 5 ringgit. The skirt is thrifted in England a long time ago, and the denim shirt I've had forever. So I couldn't tell you when, where, or whatever. But it's just adding new things in that you can wear together and make outfits and be comfortable in. The This one was called Any Fam, the label on this dress. Never heard of Any Fam, but that's what the label is. Japanese. It is what it is. So, I like this. This is easy. This is relaxed, simple, pale blue. Now, I don't know if you'll have noticed, but the blue is sneaking back into my hair. I had so many hints from my husband about how he really liked me with blue hair and how he really liked me with blue. He really liked the blue hair. He really, really, really liked the blue hair. You can't just go from pink to blue because it'll just turn purple. Not that I mind purple. But I thought it might be quite fun just to go gradually as the roots grow in white, just make the roots go blue. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got pink ends, blue roots, and eventually it'll get to the point where it's nearly all blue. Just to shut him up. Anyway, so that is outfit number 2, done and dusted. Back with number 3. So we're still very much with the blues, but I've added a bit more colour this time. I found this jumper. 15 ringgit. It's long at the back, slightly shorter at the front, but still long. It's netty wool, netty thingy, and I think it's quite fun. Probably not my normal style, probably something I wouldn't normally go for, but I always try and push myself to try different things, and do you know what? I think I like this. Now, I've put underneath it a dress that I thrifted a while back, which is a Uniglow dress. It's got exactly the right shade of blue, but it's also got reds and oranges and greens, and it gave me the opportunity to wear these crazy funky beads, all hand felted, and I just thought that it just made for a really cute, fun outfit. Now, I do own the exact same dress in a blue and purple way, and it would have looked just as good with this colour underneath it and purple jewellery, but I went with the bright colours. I just thought that they would be fun and a little more interesting maybe. So, what are we thinking of number 3? I think it's quite cool. I don't normally like things that have sort of like backed wing and dropped shoulder, and this is both of those things, but it's so quirky that I think I don't mind. I really don't. I think it's really fun, and certainly if I was going off to Japan or back to the UK or somewhere where it's chilly now, this would be definitely going with me. Although it's light enough weight that you could wear it with very little underneath and be fine. What are we thinking? Is it a love or a hate? I think it's one of those things that's either or. I think, I suppose it could be a meh, but no, I like it. So, 15 ringgit. Under £3. I don't think you can complain about that. I mean, just look how much fabric there is. I mean, there's loads of it. But something a little bit different. And I love any excuse to wear these because they're just so fun. I put on a coral ring, again, my mother's, as well as her turquoise one, just to bring up the red that's in the dress. And that's number 3 done and dusted. We're on to our last outfit. What can I say? It's... I said that I probably wouldn't do this anymore if I went below 150, and of course I immediately went below 150. Struggling to get into the 80s now, which is ridiculous. You've got 1,822 followers, but only 80 people bothered to watch your video. No point saying anything. No point at all. It's just what it is. Just what it is. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Anyway, On to our final outfit of blue. Coming up. Final outfit. So I started out quite staid. I had blue leggings, blue dress, navy jacket. And then I thought, oh, that scarf, I could do that scarf. That's got every colour, it's gorgeous. I think I should do that scarf. And then I thought, well, if I'm doing that scarf, I ought to put that crazy skirt that I made from that fabric that I bought at the airport at Miri, because that's got all the same colours as the scarf's got, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I put them all together and I thought, well, why not? Why not? I thought, if we're going to be boho and have a little bit of craziness in our lives, we might as well just embrace it and go the whole hog. So I have put on my handmade glass slump jewellery, the rings, the earrings, the necklace. I love them. I'm getting a lot of wear out of them. I've enjoyed making them. Not as easy as I'd hoped it was going to be, but that's part of the fun of doing it. So, the dress, 10 ringgit. Tie-dye, fun. Now, it wasn't very large. It's actually very, very fitted. And the necklet was really high and really tight. So it had little strings on it to pull it round to the back. And I definitely didn't need that, seeing as it was really tight. So I took the strings off and I opened them out and I ironed them flat. And I added extra material into the shoulders so that the shoulder straps are a lot longer, drops the neckline, gives my boobies a bit more space, and always works perfectly for me. And as everything is always too short, that extra bit of length is also appreciated. Now, this did look perfectly good with the leggings, and certainly one could just wear it with plain blue leggings and it would be great. But this scarf spoke to me. Whispered words of love in my ear. So it had to come out to play. This is a 5 ringgit scarf from Jalan, Japan. Is it by anything interesting? Swordfish. Does swordfish mean anything to anybody? But that's who it is. It's swordfish. Lovely. Plain old navy blue jacket just works perfectly over this straight dress, straight jacket, works fine. And the skirt, as I said, it was from the fabric that I bought in Miri and made into a skirt. It's probably a little bit too crazy, but, you know, if you don't wear it, what's the point of having made it? You know, you've got to wear these things. So I do wear them. And I like this outfit. It's bold, a little bit eccentric. That's okay. That's okay. That suits me fine. Now, I've one more thing I needed to mention today. I've had quite a few people that have asked me if they could buy things that I've made. They'll send me a picture and they'll say, oh, have you still got this? And I say, yes, I have. And they'll say, I'd like to buy it. And I say, you do know that I'm in Malaysia. So normally these people are in America or somewhere in Europe. Just a small package, like a book-sized package, costs about $50 to send to America from here. With the tariffs, it's just crazy. So I don't think that it's possible. I just really don't think. People just don't want to pay that kind of money on top, and I can't blame them. Why should they? But it does mean that it's very, very difficult for me to send things abroad. I will continue to look into it, and if things change and things get a bit easier, I might be able to do it. But at this point... And, of course, most of the things they're picking are like my big frames full of bugs and things. And it's just going to be astronomical, just absolutely crazy prices. I mean, the jewellery might be a little bit easier, but certainly the bigger pieces. Not to mention, I have to say that every time I travel and I watch them chucking those suitcases around, I just think, it's the same with our packages. Everything gets sort of chucked around, and the thought of things that I've carefully made and put together being thrown about in the back of somebody's van and arriving in pieces just horrifies me. But I haven't given up, and I might well link a little shop to my Facebook Crafty Nana page to sell to local people if they're interested. But as I said, for overseas, post here is shit. It really is shit. And it's getting shittier. I had a lovely friend of mine in England send me a book for a Christmas present. And keep little messages, has it arrived yet? No, it hasn't arrived. Mid-January now, no, it hasn't arrived. Will it arrive? I can't tell. We shall have to wait and see. It might do eventually. But that's just the way it is here. It's a lottery. Absolutely, it's a lottery. The first Christmas I was in Malaysia, I got really excited with all the beautiful things that I could buy that I hadn't seen in Europe. And I bought presents for everybody, and I packed them all up, and I took them to the post office, and I spent a fortune. I sent them all back. Nothing arrived. I don't think anything even left the country. It all just went home with the people. Didn't get anywhere. So, that was a quick learning curve. We don't do that again. We can't do it. So just learning what you can and what you can't do. And it is sad, because it would be lovely to be able to make more things and sell them and share them around and, be able to pass on my excitement to other people. But at this point, I don't think it's possible. But as I said, I haven't stopped looking. I will try and work things out. It just seems crazy, doesn't it, that the Chinese can send stuff all over the world, huge, great parcels for virtually nothing, and yet we can't get our act together at all. Never mind, hey. So, that's this week's lot done. Lots of lovely blue, every shade of blue you can imagine. I've enjoyed it. There's been some really nice pieces. There's definitely things that are going to get worn. And maybe some that won't. We shall see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some ideas for how to put things together, how to wear things, how to alter things. Little bits, little tips, little things I try to share when and as I can. Have a good week. Have a lovely life. See you when I see you, hopefully next week. Bye for now, from the Crafty Nana.
If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, bye for now.